So this sand here I got from a friend who bought a house, and this was just hanging out in the yard, and they asked me to get it out of there. So because I have AU-19, pretty heavy virus, I of course had to prospect it, and I ran probably about 3 gallons, screened down to 1/8 of an inch, and I did find some gold and a bunch of garnets. So I've just been slowly feeding that into here. I had pretty much a full bucket, and it's been pretty much all day. In a few more days I'll let you know. That piqued my attention, and I'm going to run this through my Highbanker. Here comes Wendy. Hey, Wendy. So, Lasky got a new toy, a 2-inch trash pump. I've set up my Gold Hog stream sluice, put on the whatever the adapter here, made a little gate, hopefully it's big enough, and I've connected the low flow mats. I made a little tray and I connected the low flow mats. Okay, first observation. I like this, that I can just load it up as much as I want and then walk away, and it'll slowly filter through it all. That saves a lot of time for me having to sit here. Now I could probably walk off for a couple minutes here while this works through it and not be worried about overloading the sluice. Second, I'm really glad I oversized my pump at idle right here, which is probably about, 4,000 to 5,000 gallons per hour. Or I could hit the throttle and get dredging. But you could always power down with you could always ratchet down the power with the ball valve, but you can increase your power. So I'm glad that I oversized my pump. 2 observations right off the bat. And I'm really happy I did the trash pump too, so I don't have to worry about debris or rocks and stuff like that. See how it just kind of eats everything away slowly? Loving it. Should stick a gasket on this. The only thing I don't like about this is you can't see your first 8 inches. So I put this little 1/4 inch, start screening the bigger rocks and all the debris. I think I'm going to lower the angle of this top box. That'll probably give me a little bit better washing activity. It's probably about 10, 11, 12 degrees. The riffles just look kind of clean. Some of them are filled with black sand, but not that I want them filled with black sand, but I just think that the water might be a bit fast and rough scouring the pads. Because not only am I interested in gold, but I'm also interested in these garnets in here. Alright, so these are the concentrates from my super duper gold hog. And look at so many garnets. There is little specks of gold in here. I don't know how much, but all of those sands are dense. So maybe I should have had the sluices on a little bit more of an angle, just so it would have worked out some of these black sands more. But then I would have lost more garnets. I already know I lost a lot. But look at, they just keep on popping through. That is a lot. And look, there's another layers of garnets down in there. Another piece of gold. Finished doing that pan, and this is 4 wheelbarrows worth of sand. That sand right there. I've got an immense amount of garnets that's just that size. There were so many more that were smaller and bigger, but that's pretty cool. And I think that's enough gold for me to warrant just going on through and cleaning that sand up. Besides, it all adds up.
Original when it comes to the I-N-T-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-
Okay, we ran 4 wheelbarrows. That is 3 wheelbarrows. And the water gets so murky, I ran a hose from my water tank so I can get some clear water. And I just wanted to show you guys how these mats work. They work pretty good. Of course, this one is, you can see it's kind of bowed on the outside, so it doesn't work as properly as it should. But hopefully you can see all these little garnets in there where the black sand is trapped. And, you know, like up here where it's going slower, you can see, because the flow has changed, that it's eaten this inside out here. It's kept it on the sides and blown it out to here. So it's not a good representation. But you can see all the heavies, and like I think this is called the bedrock. And you can see how it holds onto the bigger chunks. It spits out this finer stuff which gets caught and filtered through a variety of other riffles. This is the low flow. Here we are into the high flow. And look, I really like these like really small creases here. If it's picking up that black molybdenum and lead and whatnot, you can guarantee it's going to catch a little bit of gold if you can get some flour dust in here. And yeah, quite cool, guys, quite cool. These are the gold hog mats, the stream sluice option. I really like the setup, the system, man. It has quite a wide variety of options for all different types of rock and every type of flow condition. So you're guaranteed to catch most of your prey. Well, I ran all the sand. No more piles. It's all done. Hallelujah. It's been a couple months. This is my figure 8 technique of panning. When you're dealing with super fine gold, you really gotta go slow and make sure you keep your eyes on everything, because it will wash by. Put this down. Yeah, but the reason I wanted to show you this is that gold does ride in this black sand. See that piece popping out right there? So when you are panning in nature, when you get down to the black sand is when you want to stop. Can you see those two slowly migrating down? Because that gold will ride the black sand right out of your pan back into the creek. Anyhow, look at all those garnets that are here. They're everywhere. Wish they were worth something. Let me finish this up. It's going to be a couple more days probably. And, well, it has been months. Not because I worked on a bunch of material, but because I've been doing other things. But this is going to be all of the gold that I pulled from that sand. Small little flakes in there. Hopefully the water's not too dirty. Yep, it's dirty. So, now this came from one of the yards, from the gravel yards, most likely. Look at that, huh? That's not bad. I mean, if you just go, actually, if you have a gravel yard and you do this stuff, I don't see why you do not have a sluice set up, because you know they clean all this sand, a lot of it they clean for people who make concrete and whatnot. So they wash it, and if you just washed all your sand, man, you'd probably have, I don't know, who knows, you'd have pounds by the end of the year. Anyhow, maybe I should buy a gravel pit. It's pretty cool though, huh? There's gold in that sand.